Hey, what's going on, brothers and sisters in YouTube? Alright. Today, what I'm going to talk about, it's not the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman, and, communities. It's something else I want to talk about. And it's something that's I'm very concerned about. It's a family member. Okay, my brother got a son by this white woman. I don't know how they, relationship, how it went or nothing. People have problems and stuff like that. But anyway, she took his son from him, and it's been like years since he ever seen his son. And yeah, he's a mulatto. And so when my brother finally got him, and once we, he came over to the house and stuff, the kid felt uncomfortable around us. It was kind of sad because, we his flesh and blood as well. And I just watch him. He wouldn't say nothing to it. And the way he felt, I know he didn't feel frightened, but he had his head down a lot, like he didn't want to be a part of the family. And I'm saying to myself, this is how all mulattoes act towards, black people, especially their family, and how they act around other black people as well. I mean, because mostly I've seen some videos, it must have been a long time, but some of them kind of like confused. And if they're not confused, I believe sometimes that they be cut off from their black side. And as I watch, my little nephew, I let him play, a video game, whatever. He put his video game over, and he played this UFC video game. And as I watch, he always picked the white guys, and his opponents would be black guys. And I watch him, I'm watching him. I watch him like put on easy mode and watch him like as him playing in the game. He's the white character, but he's beating the shit out of these black dudes on here. And then, other than that, he, watches cartoon, because, me and my brothers, we was having a good time. We having a couple drinks and stuff like that, I don't really drink like that. So, I kind of celebrate. I drunk, one beer or two or so. And he put this cartoon on of some characters with malt liquor bottles, making mockery of black people, with malt liquors and stuff like that, with 40 ounces. And I'm saying to myself, I looked at him. First, I was looking at him, and I was looking at the TV after I'd seen him what he did with the video game. And I looked at him again, and I asked him, I said, so you like this, don't you? He was like, yeah, this is these are my favorite ones. And I had to pull my brother to the side. I said, you know what, man? You really need to talk to this kid before he gets of age, because when he get grown up age, he gonna see what the real world's like. He's gonna find out who gives a damn about him and who don't give a damn about him. And that's what I want to say to all these brothers and sisters that have biracial, mixed kids, half-breeds, whatever you want to call them. You really got to sit, especially when you black and you on the black side as the parent. You really got to talk to your kids. You got to learn, you got to teach them about history. Have them learn about history, because if you don't do that, they will be cut off ties from you. And you will be going through the same thing of what's happening now. Those right now, that little boy probably sees us as nothing. Nothing. And I can imagine how he act around a lot of white people. Do not, and I'm going to say it again, do not separate your kids from their black side of the family. Don't do it. Don't send them to all white schools like that. Don't do that. If you go, even if they some white kids, but send them to a mixed school, a diverse school, especially racially balanced, so he can learn the other side of his own peoples too. Because once again, he grows up, he's going to either consider us nothing, or he's going to be in a world shit of trouble. Because I'm going to say it like this, is that he thinks right now that, you know, he's part of this white circle. But he don't realize that, I mean, the kid, he's dark skinned, curly hair, whatever you want to call it. But he don't even fit. He's not even matched towards being white. And what happened is, when he grows up, these same people that he's looking up to right now, he's going to be called niggers and monkeys and everything else. Because it's just the same thing of these house Negroes. And that's the same thing, these house Negroes, they do that. They get under these people, and they really thinking that they part of the circle, they part of the team, which they really not part of the team. Because I said in my first video that one day these white peoples are going to get upset and show their true colors. They're human too. Everybody gets upset and they say bad things or they have bad thoughts. And know what the mulattoes do. All mulattoes and all house Negroes, which I call Negro bloodhounds, is that once they see the part of the true color of that Caucasian, what that Caucasian that showed them, besides the love that they was getting from this Caucasian, they're going to run back either to the black community or to that brother or sister that they belittled just to entertain this white person, to tell them how wrong that this white person did them. 5 out of 10, the brother sister might listen. 5 out of 10, brother sister probably like, hey, look, man, get away from me. You know what I mean? Get away from me, because at that time when I was trying to conjoin with you and try to like make me ends with you, try to communicate with you as a fellow brother and sister just like me, you turn away from me. You go over there. But now, since they swept your ass under the rug, you want to come back over here. And that's undercover brothers and sisters, which I cannot stand. If you're going to be that mulatto, whatever, and think you part of that circle and they part of their team, or you being that house Negro, that Negro bloodhound, if you think that way, then just be that way. Stay there. Don't get to that Negro moment and all of a sudden you want to come back on the side over here. It don't work like that. Yes, people like myself, all of us black people with this skin color, this body, yes, we are forgiving people. We are. But damn, we cannot keep getting ran over like that. We can't. And when I say undercover, because when they be around you, they act all as pro-black, not pro-black, but they act like they down. They act like they down with us or with us or being part of us or understanding of the way we feel about the way how these people treat us. I mean, it's like this. They act black. But soon you turn your back around, oh, you ain't there, they want to act white. That's the type of shit I don't like right there. And it pisses me off is that because my brother sit up there and let this happen without taking his kid. Without taking his kid and teaching his kid and educating his kid. To let him say, hey, you know, this is what our history is too. Show him some history. You know, show him the life of his own people on his side of people. That's the thing that got me right there. Maybe you people don't understand. Maybe you don't agree with me. But hey, I'm speaking out of my heart. I'm telling the truth right here. And I'm just asking, is all mulattoes like that? Is they all like that? Is they all, I mean, you know, is they kind of confused? Do they know who they is? Even though you have a white mother, you have a white mother, black father, white mother, you always gonna have our features. You gonna have our genes. You gonna have our hairlines. You gonna have big nose, big lips. You gonna have that. You gonna stand out as a black person. And I'm gonna say it before again. You can backstroke. You can play in a box of powdered donuts, but long run, you still black. Okay? Society still see you as a black person, a Negro. Still look at you as you're a slave. Because in slavery, mulattoes had it bad too. Either they was destroyed, either they was disowned, or they had to run away. They had to run off because the shit the torture shit that they was going through too. Mulattoes had problems too. Even though they was yellow as a damn sun, but they had problems too. And that's another thing, what these white peoples too. And I'm gonna get on this conversation too. I'm gonna make a video about this. If you talk to an average white person, or you hear an average white person, you ask a white person, what kind of other backgrounds you have in you? What other race you have in you? German, part Irish. They would say Irish, but most they would say German. And I say stuff like this. I say this: if is ain't nothing but a 2 word. If that's just a word. But what if this Hitler and this Nazi and this Jewish Holocaust shit didn't go on? Would you still claim that you're German? Fuck no. You wouldn't claim you're German. You'll be Irish. Or you'll be British. See, we all know where this shit come from. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Half of these white people don't know that they have black DNA in them too. Because the reason why I say this, because most of our women was raped by slave owners. And not just that, it's just a thing that, too, the slave owner wives was sneaking out of that house, going in those barns, and screwing slaves, too. And then what happened was, when that mulatto came out, if that mulatto wasn't killed, that mulatto ran away, or that mulatto was sold. And half of the times, most of the times, those mulattoes was marrying white men's slave owners. Or sometime that mulatto, he had went at and met him a white woman at that time. And at the time they start having their family tree. So you can't tell me, nobody can't tell me that these white people have black in them too. But you know what? I'm going to continue that. But that's all I want to say about my story. All right. If you want to respond, I want all the brothers and sisters to respond. Please respond. If you don't, fuck it. I understand. But this is what I wanted to talk about. This is what I want to get off my chest about this. Because it's like I say, brothers and sisters, if you have a mixed kid, I don't care if you mix with white, Mexican, Asian, East Indian, Native American, I don't care who they mix with, but please, please teach them their history. I was born in the 70s. My father taught us everything. That's how I got the knowledge of those books. And I still own those books. And oh yes, he taught me part of the education. Because my dad, he was this all the way. I bullshit you not. But it's like I say, teach your kids, okay? Because I'm kind of upset about this. I can't really get the words out of my mouth. But teach your kids the history. Our history. The real history about us. So when they do grow up, they do know where they stand. and nobody can't pull a wool over their eyes. All right, Kev, Leo 1, I'm out.